Have you ever come across the name Charlie Ponzi? A name that echoes with a sense of mystery and puzzlement. But let's start from an unusual scene. A man, an ordinary man, getting arrested. That's Charlie Ponzi for you. Born in a location no different from the usual, Charlie's early years were far from ordinary. Raised by simple folks, his childhood was rooted in modesty, yet even at a tender age, Charlie stood out. His family background, though seemingly unremarkable, was a rich canvas experiences that molded Charlie into the man he'd grow to be. Amidst the usual joys and pains of youth, subtle signs of his distinct approach to life were visible. Yes, Charlie Ponzi was not an average child. He was a spirit that broke the mold, a mind that dared to dream beyond the usual, and a heart that longed for more than mundane. In the grand spectacle of life, the stage was being prepared for the emergence of a mystery that was Charlie Ponzi. And thus, the scene was set for the life of a man who'd become a riddle. Charlie Ponzi was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth, nor was he groomed for greatness. His childhood was a crucible of experiences that shaped him. His modest upbringing, his parents' tireless struggle, and his dreams of a life beyond the confines of Parma were the ingredients that stirred the concoction of his life. Charlie's education was not traditional. The school of life was his alma mater, and experience, his tutor. He watched, learned, and absorbed the world around him, developing a unique understanding of human nature. He observed the fisherman's barter, the baker's persuasive pitch, the blacksmith's meticulous craft, and the merchant's negotiation skills. These observations were the building blocks of his education. His journey was not without struggle. There were hurdles, setbacks, and failures. But Charlie was not one to be deterred. He viewed each setback as a stepping stone, each failure as a lesson. His determination was his driving force, his resilience, his shield. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty or to step out of his comfort zone. He took risks, daring to tread where others feared to go. His early ventures were not always successful. He faced rejection, ridicule, and even bankruptcy. But Charlie was not one to back down. He used each failure as a lesson, each setback as an opportunity to grow and learn. He was a phoenix, rising from the ashes of his failures, stronger and more determined than before. Charlie's journey from a young boy in Pavia to a man of prominence was a testament to his indomitable spirit, his unwavering determination, and his insatiable ambition. His life was a testament to the fact that success is not handed to you on a silver platter. It is earned through hard work, perseverance, and a little bit of audacity. And so, Charlie Ponzi, the ordinary boy from Parma, became an extraordinary man, a mystery, a riddle wrapped in an enigma. His life was a testament to the power of determination, the importance of resilience, and the limitless potential of the human spirit. Charlie Ponzi appears to have sprung from humble beginnings, a story as old as time itself. Yet his rise was far from traditional. Born in Parma, Italy, into a family of modest means, young Charlie was not content with the simple life. His childhood was filled with dreams much larger than the small town he called home. His insatiable ambition and a magnetic personality were evident even in his early years. He set his sights on a higher sphere, on a world far removed from his own. Every day he watched his father, a humble fisherman, work tirelessly to provide for the family. It was these early experiences that stoked the fires of ambition young Ponzi. He was determined to carve out a different path for himself. He yearned for something more, something grand, and so he embarked on his journey. Ponzi's voyage was marked by his ventures, bold and audacious, that caught the public eye. He used his wit as the machete and his charm as the compass, carving a path through the dense forest of society. He was not afraid to take risks, to venture into uncharted territories beyond the shores of Parma, and to push the boundaries of what was considered possible. His early struggles in life prepared him to navigate the volatile world of finance. Here, Ponzi was a maverick. His unconventional methods, while frowned upon by some, were nevertheless effective. Ponzi was a master manipulator, a trait he might have picked up from observing the haggling in the bustling markets of his hometown. He used his charisma to sway opinions and win over the hearts and pockets of many. His rise was meteoric, illuminating the darkness with its brilliance, much like the way he'd imagined as a young boy under the Italian night sky. Ponzi was a beacon of success, a symbol of the American dream realized. He was a self-made man who built his empire not from inheritance or privilege, but from sheer grit, determination, and the lessons he learned growing up in a humble Italian household. His life is more than skill, more than his schemes. But who knows, That's another story for another day. For now, let us marvel at the rise, the audacity, the sheer brilliance of Charlie Ponzi. The higher the climb, the harder the fall. And fall, Charlie Ponzi did. Once, he had been a man at the apex of his game, with a legion of followers hanging on his every word. But as it is often with such tales, the higher one soars, the harder they plummet. And Charlie Ponzi was no exception. The first domino to fall was the unraveling of his schemes. Like a spider's web, his elaborate plans were woven with precision, each strand supporting the other. But when a single thread snapped, the entire structure began to collapse. Ponzi's intricate plot, once a marvel of ingenuity, was exposed for what it truly was: a house of cards waiting to tumble. With the revelation of his deceit, trust evaporated like a morning mist. The followers who once held him in high esteem now viewed him through a lens of betrayal and disappointment. His charisma, once magnetic, now repelled them. The crowd that had once cheered for him now jeered at him. As the walls of his empire crumbled, so too did his facade of invincibility. The law, ever watchful, closed in. The man who had once pranced upon the stage of success now stood in the harsh spotlight of scrutiny and judgment. His inevitable run-in with the law was the final act in this tragic play. Charges were pressed, trials were held, and the gavel of justice fell heavy. The man who had once been a symbol of success and ambition was now a symbol of deceit and downfall. Charlie Ponzi, once a man of great stature, was now a figure of infamy. His ambition, which had once propelled him to dizzying heights, had been his downfall. In his relentless pursuit of success, he had lost sight of the line between right and wrong. In the end, Charlie Ponzi was a man undone by his own ambition. Charlie Ponzi may have fallen, but his story lives on. He's become an emblem of our collective obsession with quick riches and the perilous downfall that often follows. His name, now synonymous with a particular brand of financial fraud, has been immortalized in popular culture, from movies to books, songs to art. But Ponzi's legend isn't simply a tale of greed and deception. It's a stark reminder of the human capacity for trust and the vulnerability that comes with it. His story echoes in the halls of financial institutions and in the minds of investors, serving as a cautionary tale. We can learn from Ponzi's life, his ambition, his cunning, and ultimately, his downfall. We're reminded of the importance of due diligence, of skepticism in the face of too-good-to-be-true promises, and of the enduring truth that there's no such thing as a free lunch. And so, the legend of Charlie Ponzi continues to intrigue. But that's not all there is to Charlie Ponzi. You've been on a journey through the rise, the fall, the legacy of this enigmatic figure. Yet we've barely scratched the surface. Beneath the known facts, there exists a realm of untold stories, unexplored aspects of Charlie's life and character. Imagine a world where the shadows of his past come to life, where every decision, every twist and turn holds a secret waiting to be unveiled. Perhaps you're wondering about the man behind the mystery. What made Charlie Ponzi the Charlie Ponzi? What secrets did he carry? What were his dreams, his fears, his aspirations? The enigma that is Charlie Ponzi is far from solved, and the mystery deepens with every layer we peel back. His life is more than skill, but who knows? That's another story for another day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Check our other videos. Your girl signing out, April.